Our concentration and our attention to 2 hours and 40 minutes for the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. Split for the BMW M Hybrid V8. Both of the Porsches coming very quickly. This is three wide going through turn 2.
The 2025 edition of America's Premier Sports Car Racing Series is already underway. Now in its third year under the current car regulations, the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship looks set to see another year of great racing. However, to understand how we got here, we must first look back at where we've been. This series will be a mix of the retrospective of the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship, as well as a report on the 2025 season. First off though, what exactly is the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship? It's America's top-level sports car racing championship that was formed in 2014, although it actually has its roots way back in 1971. It's a multi-class championship in which different categories of cars race on the same circuit at the same time. There are 4 categories here: GTP, LMP2, GTD Pro, and GTD. GTP is the top category in both the prototype category and the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. These cars are some of the most advanced race cars to date and feature hybrid powertrains, the electric part being a spec unit shared with all cars, and the internal combustion engine being a unique design for each manufacturer committed to the category. LMP2 is the lower category for prototypes, though they are not currently racing right here at Laguna Seca. They're slower cars featuring spec chassis and engines, but can be a stepping stone for drivers graduating from the GT categories up to GTP. Speaking of GT, GTD Pro is the top category in that class. Utilizing road car-based GT3 race cars, this category features factory-supported teams and drivers. GTD also uses GT3 race cars, but teams there must use at least one amateur driver in their driver lineup. And with that, let's see why so many people like the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship.
So I do have family friends that work for IMSA and NASCAR Productions in general, and they just got me into this position.
So I've been a racing driver all my life. I started out, actually, my very first ever professional win was in Skip Barber as a young driver here in 2003, and then I was a Red Bull F1 development driver. And so obviously I've raced a little bit of everything, and as you get a little bit later on in your career, you do sports car racing, and I'm the spotter, the driver spotter on the number 48 Paul Miller BMW, and been around, like I said, sports cars even way before it was IMSA, and been doing it now for probably about better part of 20 years in sports cars.
I like endurance racing. It's an interesting form of racing compared to just regular NASCAR or F1. I'm sure IMSA is becoming more popular as the day, as it continues every year. Like, we keep breaking records every race with the fan count, total fan count, and the total amount of people that show up. So it's pretty enjoyable thing.
You know, for me, obviously the manufacturing. Like I even say when I'm mentoring or helping young drivers, it's like you want to be these days where the manufacturers are, and they are all here. Every single one you can think of. You know, if it's not even just on the IMSA weekend for the main show, you know, with the Lamborghini Trofeo, you know, with the Michelin Pilot Challenge, you have so many manufacturers support here, the innovation, and so that's where it's at. If you want to be a professional, whether it's behind the wheel or outside the wheel, just around the car, you need to be where the manufacturers are, and this is it. This is where they're at.
I already happened. It was the Long Beach race.
Long Beach? Okay,
Yeah, I do like street races. It's really nice. It was a really nice race.
Yeah, I like that one too. Yeah, that's a good answer.
Maybe it's hard. It's funny to say this. I'm a West Coast guy my whole life. Laguna is special to me. Daytona, Sebring. I've won at Sebring before, so that's a special track. But I'm actually really excited for Watkins Glen because of the history. There's probably, Sebring was one of my favorites, but Watkins Glen has just got some really cool history with Formula One being there, in the past and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that one actually.
Also love Watkins Glen. It's a fast-flowing track.
Yeah, gnarly, scary, scary track too. A lot of risk, and so I like that.
Now you know why so many people like the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. And with that, let's see what's already happened during the 2025 season, as well as a report on that race. The 2025 season kicked off with the 24-hour Rolex 24 at Daytona race at Daytona International Speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida on January 25th to 26th. The number 7 Penske Motorsport Porsche GTP took the overall and GTP class victory, with the number 22 United Autosports Orca LMP2 winning an LMP2, the number 65 Multimatic Motorsports Ford GTD Pro winning in GTD Pro, and the number 13 AWA Racing Chevrolet GTD winning in GTD. Next up on the calendar was the 12-hour Mobil 1 12 Hours of Sebring race at Sebring International Raceway in Sebring, Florida on March 15th. The number 7 Penske Motorsport Porsche GTP again took the overall and GTP class victory. The number 43 Inter-Europol Orca LMP2 took home the winning trophy in LMP2. The number 77 AO Racing Porsche GTD Pro did the same in GTD Pro, and the number 57 Windward Racing Mercedes-AMG GTD won in the GTD class. For the third race of the 2025 IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship, only GTP and GTD visited the Long Beach Street Circuit for the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach race in Long Beach, California on April 12th. The number 7 Penske Motorsport Porsche GTP made it 3 for 3 with the overall and GTP class victory. The German manufacturer had more cause to celebrate as the number 177 AO Racing Porsche GTD won in the GTD class. And finally, we come to the most recent race on the 2025 IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship schedule, the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship of Monterey race at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca in Monterey, California, that happened this past weekend on May 11th. For this race, GTP, GTD Pro, and GTD were in attendance. The number 6 Penske Motorsport Porsche GTP took home the winning trophy overall and in GTP, making it 4 for 4 for the German manufacturer. The number 77 AO Racing Porsche GTD Pro won in GTD Pro, with the number 57 Windward Racing Mercedes-AMG GTD doing the same in GTD. And that'll do it for the first episode. In the next episode, I'll be beginning my history lesson of the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship with how it all began in the late 1960s and the 1970s as the IMSA GT Championship, as well as a report on the Chevrolet Detroit Sports Car Classic in Detroit, Michigan on May 31st. Take care.
Let's celebrate one more time with the fans. And let's hear it one more time for our top 3 in the GTD Pro class. Russell Ward, Philip Ellis, Jack Hawksworth, Parker Thompson, Manny Franco, and Daniel Serra.